So when we are drawing, let's say a pentagon, so pentagon has 5 sides, that means that the total angle is 360 degree and there are 5 sides. So this is 1 2 3 4 5. That means each of this angle is 360 by 5, which is 72 degree, right? Similarly, for a n-sided polygon, each of the angle of each section will be 360 by n, right? So for example, if there are 6 sides, so each of this angle will be 360 by 6, that is 60 degree. So we can create a model where we can input the number of side n and we can create a n-sided polygon. So let us see how we can do that in COMSOL Multiphysics. So we are in COMSOL Multiphysics. At first what we will do is we'll just create a blank model. So just click on blank model and we'll create a 2D geometry because we are interested to draw a 2-dimensional shape. So at first we'll go on to geometry and then we'll click on circle. Now if I click on build selected, we'll have a circle of 1 meter. And here you can see that there is an option called sector angle and it is set to 360 degree. What it means is that the total angle covered by this arc will be 360 degree. That is why it is a circle. So for example, if I set it to 270 degree and click on build selected, we will have a 270 degree curve and the straight line so that it can form a solid. Similarly, we can create some other degrees as well. For example, 45 degree and we will have a 45 degree arc, right? So now let us go on to parameter and write n, and for now let us write 5. In the description, this is the number of sides, right? And here we will write angle, and in the angle we will write 360 by n. Okay, so this is angle. Now in the circle here we will write angle and click on build selected. So this is basically the angle of each of the segment of the polygon. So for example, if it is a 5-sided polygon, then this angle will be 72 degree and we will have 5 different units to form the shape. The next step is to draw a line. To do that, we'll go on to the sketch tab. In the sketch tab, select polygon. Now click on one point here and click the other point here, and then right click, click on finish polygon. When you click on finish polygon, the polygon length will end at that point, so we will have a straight line. We can right click and drag to move it to the center. So now we'll do few settings so that the line and the circle don't move with each other. So we'll select a box here and then click on coincident. Similarly, we'll select another box here and make this coincident as well. And then we'll click on constraint and click here. Or what we can do, we can go onto the circle and just lock the center so that it will not move. Okay, and we'll click on build on object. Now if we drag the circle, you will see that the center doesn't move, only the sides move. Okay, so this part is done. Now we can also change the angle and see if this is working. So if I click on 7, click on build all, now you see that the side is changing as well as the length of the polygon is also changing, right? So we have done half of the work. So now the next part is to remove this. So what we will do here is that we'll go on to sketch, click on delete, and here in the object selection we'll select boundary and select the outer boundary and click on build all object. Now we have this triangle. After this we'll go on to geometry and click on convert to solid, and then we'll select the sides, click on build all object. Now we have this nice solid structure. Okay, and after this what we will do, we will now replicate this shape 5 times to create the whole structure. So now we'll go on to transform and we'll use the rotate feature. So we'll click on rotate. Now we'll select the object that we want to rotate, and in the angle we'll write range angle comma angle 360. Okay, and we'll click on build all object. Now you can see that we have the hexagon shape. It's not hexagon, it's 7-sided. So if I click on 6 and click on build all, now we can see that we have a hexagon shape with 6 sides. So by just changing the value of n, for example, if I select 5 and I click on build all, we will have a shape. Now to make this shape more practical to use, that is basically to remove these lines so that the figure actually looks better. So what we can do, we can click on virtual operation and click on ignore edges and just select the lines inside the shape and just click on build all, and after this we will have a nice shape without any interior lines. And now you have a n-sided polygon in 2 dimensions. And if you want, you can always extrude this model according to your demand. Now of course if you want to change the value of n, so for example if I select 7 and in the geometry I click on build all, we will have 7-sided polygon, but you don't have to manually select the edges. What I've seen in version COMSOL 6.1, the edges get automatically selected. So let's select any big numbers, let's say 18, and the geometry click on build all. So we have 18 sides and we don't have any interior lines, right? So I think this is very useful and a very powerful feature in the software. So just by changing the value of n, you can easily create the structure, and of course you can set the radius as well. So if I set this to, let's say 6, and I click on build all, I have 6-sided, and in the radius I can select some other value, and we have the hexagon with a smaller radius as well. And of course sometimes the edges get ignored, so you can just select the lines and click on build all. Now you have a clean hexagonal shape in the model that you can use for simulation. I hope that this video is useful to you. Now most of you watching this video do not subscribe or interact with this video. I would highly encourage, if you learned something, please do subscribe and support this channel. 90% of the viewers do not subscribe to this channel, and this is the only request I have. You can subscribe and support my work so that I can create more high quality videos in the domain of research and engineering. Thanks for watching and have a nice day ahead.